Hi everybody, we're here today in Bellevue, Kentucky. That's just across the river from downtown Cincinnati. Bellevue, Kentucky has an interesting claim to fame. It's actually the world capital of vitreous enamel. I'm here with Tom Ellis of Thompson Enamel. Thompson Enamel is a century-old company. It's been in Bellevue since the 1980s. Tom, tell me a little bit about vitreous enamels.
Vitreous enamel is glass that's been ground to a powder and fused to a metal substrate. Sometimes it's fused to a glass substrate, but primarily our product is used on copper, silver, gold, and steel. Peterbilt is probably the one that's most recognizable.
And then obviously you can make beautiful art with enamels. We're standing in front of some interesting pieces right here. This company was brought to Bellevue by
Woodrow Carpenter. Had a plant in Wilder where he used the product to make an industrial product. He made large vessels that were used for mixing acids and things that would require a glass-lined container. So he made the containers, the stirring mechanism that would go in the container. He had one furnace that it was a 25 square foot room that was brought up to 1,470 degrees Fahrenheit. And the glass would take about an hour to fuse to the metal base. And
in fact, it's very versatile art form. In fact, these pictures of Woodrow and his wife Irmgard here are enameled portraits, right?
That's correct. Painting enamels are one use of the product. The glass is ground very, very fine like flour, and then it can be mixed with a painting medium and then applied with a brush, fired. The firings are normally from 1 to 5 minutes, and they're fired about 1450 degrees Fahrenheit.
And Irmgard was herself a pretty good artist. We're standing in front of one of her works. This is an example of cloisonné. It's a time-honored use of enamel, right?
Cloisonné is probably one of the better-known techniques in enamel.
The process of making the enamels is almost as fascinating as the works you can make with them. I'm really excited. We get to go over to the factory in just a few minutes and watch it made.
Thompson Enamel is the only manufacturer of jewelry enamel in the Western Hemisphere, and it's all made from scratch.
And there's one other important thing to say about your products. Your manufacturing is lead-free, right?
That's correct. That was one of Mr. Carpenter's most important things that he did in life, was to take the lead out of the glass so that more people could use it safely.
Great. Well, thanks very much, Tom. I'm looking forward to seeing the factory.
Thank you very much.
Hi everybody, we're here in the factory at Thompson Enamel in Bellevue, Kentucky. I'm here with Joanna Marin and Wayne Hale, here to talk about the process that turns these raw materials into some beautiful enamel. So you start out, I've seen these big vats of raw materials, so how do you get from A to B?
Start off with various amounts of chemicals, and you mix them in a mixer. Then we run it through a pot smelter, run it through the roll machine, which then goes to the grinding room. Ground down to various meshes, and then sent to the shipping department.
Now some of these products need an extra step of processing. They go through a sintering furnace, right?
That would be from our ball mills. We mix some of the base frit with some stains and grind it up in a mill, and then we run it through the sintering furnace. It's various around temperatures from 1200 to down to maybe 1140.
So Joanna, now you don't make just the enamels, you also make some of the surfaces that artists would use to apply your enamels, right?
Right. So we take copper, spin copper bowls, plates, saucers. We also stamp copper into various shapes, owls, elephants, pendants, earrings, things that will appeal to a lot of different enamel artists.
And you've got two different machines making those, right?
Yes, we have a punch press, and then we have a spinning lathe.
All right, very impressive watching those go. Now, to make all this stuff, you don't just go to Home Depot and pick up these tools, right? You have to make some of these yourself, right?
Yeah, they make the trivets, the bit of nails, which are really nice.
And you have to do your own maintenance, right? Because a lot of these are vintage machines. You can't just get spare parts for this.
You can't even find somebody who works on them. So we have a maintenance department. And one of the gentlemen has worked here for as long as Thompson Enamel's been here and worked for the same owner since before that. punch press goes down, we can't call someone. We have to fix it ourselves.
Making these recipes is a little bit like baking, right? You have to mix it all just in the right proportions, but it's not just science, is it?
No, it's not just science, it's an art. And if it weren't for Thompson Enamel, it very well could be a lost art form in the United States.
Joanna, thanks so much for that fascinating tour of the factory. It's just amazing, all the things that have to come together to get those enamels ready to go. But it doesn't do any good unless someone actually buys the stuff. So you have customers all over the world, don't you?
From as far as Australia, Germany, and South Korea.
That's amazing. So how do people find you and how do people order?
www.thompsonenamel.com.
Quick and easy. All right. Thanks very much, Joanna. It's been great to visit.
You're welcome. Thank you.